Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we shall see how we can settle the sales tax. So before we go to the ERP and understand how does the sales tax mechanism work, before that we shall understand what are the accounts that are involved in the sales tax. And since we are using a one account structure, so you can find multiples of VAT account that is available. And these multiple accounts have been created to cater the needs of all the entities. Like some entity may need or some entity may require additional accounts. So we have created one chart of accounts including all the VAT accounts. So you can see here, like, let's go case by case. Like case one, like there can be an entity which have VAT, and the VAT is on accrual basis. So what I mean by accrual basis, that you take a credit of services only on invoice. So when you receive an invoice, you put an entry and you take a VAT credit. And when you raise an invoice to the customer, you charge VAT, and then at the end of the month or at the end of the payment cycle, what you do, whatever is the input taken and whatever is the output, on the accrual basis you pay it. So here there is no such condition that it should be on payment basis. Okay, so those entity that have VAT on accrual basis, they can use the particular account. Okay, so for them it is the easiest one. So they can just they can select the tax code, and all the tax relating to that particular services will be automatically transferred to this particular account on selection of a correct tax code at transaction level. So this was case one. Then some entity may have only the normal tax. The normal tax means only the VAT receivable and VAT payable, but that is on payment basis. Like you can take a credit only when the invoice is paid to the customer. Like say example, if an invoice of 100k and it has a VAT of 20k, when you receive an invoice, you take the input credit, but while settling the liability or when you are making the payment to the tax authority, you are obliged to take only the credit only when it is paid to the supplier. And same vice versa in case of clients. So in that case, you have to select the conditional sales tax code at the transaction level. Okay, when you select the conditional sales tax code at the transaction level, the system will automatically transfer the balances at the time of invoices in this particular account. Okay, so now you will have a confusion where when I receive an invoice, I select the conditional tax code, and the system transfers that particular tax on invoice or on the transaction into this account. So how can I segregate the VAT amount that I may have make the payment, or when I receive the payment from customer? So what happens when you have the VAT on the payment basis, we use the conditional VAT code, and when we use the conditional VAT code, the system uses this as a temporary account for parking the VAT at the time of invoice, like not at the time of payment, at the invoice. So when you make the payment and when you receive the payment, the system will understand that at that transaction level we have applied the VAT conditional. So when we receive or make the payment, the system will automatically transfer the VAT on that particular transaction into the normal account. Okay, let me again revise this. When you have a normal VAT on accrual basis, it's very simple. You just select the VAT code and you take the credit, and you have a VAT output. But in case this VAT input or output is available only on the payment basis, that you can use the credit while settling the tax liability to the tax authority only when it has been paid. So you have to select the conditional VAT codes, and when you will receive the payment or you make the payment, the system will automatically transfer that particular tax amount on that transaction to the normal tax. And then again from this, whatever is the balance, that is a balance received from conditional account, into the normal account only when they have been paid. So this is how the normal VAT and the conditional VAT work. There can also be an entity where they have VAT withholding. When there is a VAT withholding, we deduct some amount of VAT and pay to the customer, and there is some amount that the customer with withhold for VAT on our behalf. Same like withholding of income tax. So in that case, since VAT with withholding is always on the payment basis, so whenever you select the normal VAT conditional sales tax code, the system will transfer that portion of the VAT withheld in this account. And when that particular amount is paid, or when a particular transaction on which the VAT withheld is done, the system will again transfer the balance to this account. So I know it's a little bit of confusing, but let me tell you it is very simple because I'm just explaining you the mechanism how it is working. But you don't have to see you don't have to like do any entry. The system will auto do the entry. So like let's say if there is an invoice of 100K and there is a VAT of 20%. Okay, so if in case one there is no issue, you select the normal tax code and the balance will be transferred into this particular accounts. In case you have normal VAT code, but the payment that you but the but the credit or the output is only provided at the payment basis. So we select the conditional VAT code. So here we select the normal VAT code, and here we select the conditional VAT code. Okay, so in this case this 20,000 will be available on for credit, or the amount will be used in settling the life only when it is paid. So this is on accrual and this is on payment. So when you book an invoice for conditional VAT, it will transfer the amount into this account, the conditional account, and when this is paid, the system will automatically generate an entry, transfer the balance from this account and transfer it to the normal account. Okay, so next, when you have a conditional when you have this VAT with withholding, because some of the entity have the VAT with withholding, so what you can do here, you have to select. So this is case 1, case 2, and then case 3 is always on payment. So let's go to case 4 directly, because the VAT withholding is done only at the time of payment, so that's always on the payment basis. So what you can do, when you select when you are capturing a transaction that has the VAT withheld, then you have to select the conditional VAT code with withholding. Okay, so when you select that, let's say 20,000, and you have 20% withholding of this amount. So what will happen when you book this invoice, and if the normal VAT, that is 20%, this 20% is on accrual basis, so system will automatically transfer this to 442,600. And in case if it is VAT withholding, so it will transfer this balance under 442,704. So when this particular transaction will be settled, this 40,000 will automatically transfer to 442,701. That is the normal account of VAT withheld. So this is the detailed mechanism how you can use the various tax code while doing the tax accounting. So in case I know it's confusing, what you guys can do, you can try it out on UAT, and if you face really a problem, you can definitely go contact us. So let's go through the video further. Now to do the VAT accounting or to settle the VAT payment, what you have to do, you have to go to the tax module. Under the tax module, you have to select settle and post sales tax. When you come over here, there's a drop down list available. So we'll always settle the tax which is in normal account, not in the conditional account. All right, so select the monthly settlement. So suppose I'm settling for the month of February, so it will automatically take the last date, and this is the first time I'm running for the month of April. So I will just run this. When I run this, whatever is the uh, tax that is available in the normal VAT account, maybe it is on VAT withholding account or which is in the normal VAT. So whatever in the normal VAT account means, I mean this one, the system will net them off and transfer to the sales tax authority account that is created under the vendor. Okay, so we can just run the settlement. So the settlement have already been completed and the balance have been transferred. In case if there is any revision in regard to the month of February, so what you can do, you can still select this again, and from a drop down list you can click here latest correction. So if there's any invoice that was previously not captured, you can select the latest correction and the system will transfer that particular corrections to the sales tax authority account. And when you reach to the sales tax authority account, so now you'll be confused that where is the sales tax authority account. The sales tax authority account is a normal vendor account. So if you have any confusion, you can see like the sales tax account, normal sales tax account is V-81. So if I go to the V-0081, you can see on the vendor part, I click on the transactions. So you can see that all the transaction of that particular month has been netted off, and the amount is available. So this is a liability that we are obliged to pay to the tax authority. So the payment you can process it like a normal vendor that we usually do. So for a withholding tax, we don't have to settle and post transaction. For the withholding tax payment, we just have to do it via normal JV, because this process is only for sales tax, and for the withholding tax of income tax, it is to be done through the JV account and not from the sales tax, the tax module account. So I hope this video was helpful. In case you have any doubt, please contact me. But before closing this video, I would like to remind you that you need to practice this very well. You need to understand how the system works, the mechanism of the taxations. So in case you are finding it difficult, you can contact us, but you have to practice it well so that you master it out. So thank you. Bye.